Hello and welcome back to another episode of For the Boys, a podcast for the boys, by the boys. This is your host Aiden, and today I wanted to talk about another saying that's deeply rooted in our culture. This saying has been going around since the early 1950s, and it's harmed many relationships and harmed many chances at relationships. It's made many guys change the way they think about themselves, the world around them, their environment, their work. All in all, it's just caused problems. And that's the saying that nice guys finish last. Obviously, there are way too many reasons as to why this saying is harmful and how it harms men and people around them. But let's start off small. Let's start off by pretending that this was correct. Let's pretend that in this fictional world, nice guys do finish last. This would be in life, in relationships, in work, in everything. If you are nice, you won't get to where you want to be. That would mean that everyone who's successful is an asshole. That would mean every man in the relationship you want to be in is the worst person ever. That means that the reason you aren't where you want to be is because you are too quote unquote nice. Does this sound like the world we live in? Because if this were the case, we wouldn't be taught as children to be respectful, or to be kind to others, or to be caring, or to be empathetic. We would be taught to be cruel, to be mean, to be selfish. But none of those things are taught. We would live in a society which only had hate and would never care for anyone around them. And sure, you might say, well, look, we do live in a world filled with hate. We do live within a world where everyone only cares about themselves. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't. There are kind people in this world. There are people that care about others. There are people that care about more than just themselves, whether it be they care about the earth, they care about other people. There are people that don't just care about themselves. And maybe that's me just being optimistic, but I like to believe that most people are kind-driven and driven by passion and by helping others rather than by putting others down. Now, either way, if you think that nice guys finish last, it's time to stop thinking that. It's simply just not true. Obviously, there are successful people who are assholes. But everywhere there are assholes, there are also assholes who aren't successful. They didn't get there because they were an asshole. They got there for a different reason. That's just who they are. There are so many other successful people who are just as successful, if not more, than those, and are kind, generous, nice people. So, if nice guys do finish last, how come those people passed the race as one of the first? How come they are seen as quote-unquote successful even though they're nice? That's because the saying has no basis. Now that's just talking about if the saying was factual, which it obviously isn't. So because it isn't, well, you might be asking yourself, why is it so important that we're talking about it? Why is it so important that people say it? Why is it such a bad thing? Well, that's because saying nice guys finish last implies that life is a race. It implies that everyone has the same end goal, and it implies that everyone has a certain time limit to reach these things, which can be really stressful for some individuals, especially younger people who don't know what their life goals are, who don't know where they want to be in 10 years. To them, it makes it seem like if they don't have their life planned out, if they don't reach these goals by X amount of time, their life isn't valid because they didn't cross the finish line. But that's not the case. As we all know, everyone has different goals and aspirations. Everyone wants to achieve different things, and everyone wants to achieve these goals at different times. So why say that if you're one way, you finish last? This just keeps reminding them that, wait, life is a race. Wait, my goal of whatever isn't as valid as this person's goal because they are finishing before me, or they are where they want to be before I get to where I want to be. Some people want to be married by the age of 23 and others don't want to get married at all. Is either right? No. Is either wrong? No. However, saying nice guys finish last implies that one of them is wrong because they both didn't reach the same finish line. We have to remember that everyone's finish line is different. Everyone's end goal is different, and everyone's at different points of their life. Even if two people are at the exact same age, were born the exact same second, if one crosses their finish line, another person can only be starting their race. No one's finish line is the same. So why imply that it's a race in the first place? Making it seem like a race makes it seem that goals are just linear, that success is just linear, that you can only get from where you want to go by doing something quickly. When in reality, it's not that, and everything is different. It's different for every single person. Now, not only that, but the thought of life being a race can make a lot of people forget that sometimes the most wonderful and beautiful parts of life are the parts where you just sit back and enjoy. They're the times where you're just sitting out in your backyard with your friends, or the times when you're just going on a nice peaceful walk in your neighborhood, listening to the trees, or when you stay up late at night playing that game with your friends, or when you watch that movie you really like, or when you just feel the air going into your body. Not everything is meant to be fast. But this saying makes it seem like you're not allowed to sit back and enjoy things. You're not allowed to go on that nice drive because it's the scenic route. You have to take the fast route. You're allowed to enjoy the small things in life and take a break every once in a while. You're allowed to sit back for a little and feel the wind on your shoulders rather than run through the wind to get back inside. Not everything has to be done fast. But anyways, we're getting a little off topic. That's just like a small appreciation of life. Nice guys finish last is said most of the times in regards to relationships. There are times where people say it in regards to their professional life, but that's something that I'll touch on a bit later. Most of the times, whether it be in movies, songs, or just word of mouth, if someone doesn't get the person they wanted, which most of the time in this context, it's when a guy doesn't get the girl they wanted, someone will tell them the reason why they didn't get them is because they were too nice, or because nice guys finish last. Now, this person, obviously this is all hypothetical, no one does the same thing, but let's just say now this person might, because he got rejected, he'll probably go home and start to think to himself, you know what, that person's right. The reason why I didn't get with the person I want to get was because I'm too nice. And girls only like bad boys, and girls only like douchebags, and girls only like this and that and that and that. Now, this person will probably start to think to themselves, if the reason I didn't get her was because I was too nice, now I'm going to start being mean to people. That way I'll be desired. Now, it obviously doesn't happen as quickly as just, oh, hey, I'm going to be mean to people. But still, it's slowly a process that starts to happen. So now they start to live their life as how they imagine a quote unquote bad boy would live. They might start objectifying women. Maybe they'll start making fun of people. Maybe they'll start caring less about their own life. Maybe they'll start doing things that are bad for their health. There are so many different things that they might start to do because of this. And that's only the tip of the iceberg, really. That's just touching upon relationships where if you tell someone that, oh, you didn't get her or him because nice guys finished last, well, now that's all they're going to think about. Now, every time they try to go for someone else, they're going to think the reason why I didn't get them was because I was too nice. And now to this person, I'm not going to be nice. And that's just going to harm more relationships. Because the other problem with this saying is that some people use it as a means to excuse their actions. By that, I mean, people who aren't genuinely kind people will say, oh, I didn't get what I wanted because I'm a nice guy, because nice guys finish last, even though that's not true. They'll think to themselves, oh, I never got with this person because I was too nice. They'll keep thinking this even if it's not true, because the difference between a genuinely kind person and these people is that they're only being nice because they think they deserve a relationship because of that. They think that they deserve love, or they deserve to get in other people's pants, or they deserve whatever it is they want because they were nice. But that's not the case. If you're being nice to get something from someone, you aren't nice. You're not a nice guy. But if that's what most of this saying is targeted towards, if it's targeted towards those kind of people, then is it nice guys that finish last? Or is it assholes that pretend to be nice who finish last? Because when we start saying nice guys finish last, it lets people who think they're nice and use it as a means to manipulate others excuse their actions. It gives them a way out. And then it gives people that are genuinely nice a thing to feel bad about because they think they aren't worthy enough. They think they are the reason that something didn't happen when that's not the case. Pretending to be nice just to get in someone's pants and then getting upset because it didn't work isn't the same thing as nice guys finishing last. Because like I was saying, nice guys aren't nice to get something. They're nice because that's who they are. And obviously there are times when a nice person will be rejected, or they won't get what they want, or they won't get that promotion, or they won't get whatever they want. But that wasn't because you were nice. That was because of a different factor. And if for the off chance that you genuinely got rejected because you were a nice guy, then take a second to think about it. Are they really worth it? Is that job really worth it if I got rejected for being true to myself? Is this person really worth it if they don't want me because I'm too nice? How ridiculous does that sound? Because let's be honest, with this whole relationship topic, nice guys finish last isn't true whatsoever. Because most people, when they're looking for a significant other, they are looking for people that are nice. They are looking for people that are selfless, that are looking out for others, that care about themselves and others. If you ask people what they look for in a long-term relationship, that's what they'll say. They're not going to say someone who's mean, someone who all they care about is looks, someone who all they care about is how to get the farthest in the world. Very few people will say that. So many people want their significant other to be nice. How are these nice guys finishing last? That's the thing, they aren't. It's just all the people that are using nice guys finish last as an excuse to hide behind their own terrible actions. And people catch on to that. So they won't be with that person, obviously. People aren't stupid. They realize when they're being manipulated. So even if maybe, sure, the first time that someone is manipulating someone by pretending to be nice to get something from they won't catch it. Sure, the second time they won't catch it. Sure, the 25th time they won't catch it. But the 26th, that's when you're caught. And that's when everything starts to crumble apart. But someone that's genuinely kind isn't doing it to get something out of someone else. And again, I know I'm saying this point a lot of times, but it's because I really want to stick that. If any way this sounds like something you've thought or you've gone through, and I don't mean this to be offensive or I don't mean this to be harmful to anyone, however, but if any of the things that I've so far have said or will be saying soon have somehow described some of your thought process, this can be a wake-up call to change things. Maybe you didn't realize that's how you were acting. Maybe you didn't realize you were being nice just to get into that person's pants. Maybe you weren't realizing that you were just being nice to get where you wanted in life. That's okay. Sometimes we don't realize we're at fault. The hardest part is acknowledging that you have a problem or that you are doing something wrong. And once you acknowledge that, then you can work past it. Then next time you realize you do that, you can say, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And you can try to work from there. And sure, some relationships might break apart because of these actions, but those aren't actions that you want to keep to yourself. You should want to change. No one should want to be nice just to get things from other people. And it might seem hard, but if that truly is something you think you are going through, you should try to change that. Now, furthermore, this motto, not only does it change people's perception about relationships and about themselves and about their goals and about life being a race, but it also changes what they think about their professional life and their work ethic. Maybe they'll hear this being thrown around because when people are in professional environments, not most, but a lot of people want to get to certain places in these professional environments, but maybe they don't get there. And they'll hear things like this being thrown around oh, he only got hired because he wasn't a nice guy. Oh, he only got hired because he did this, that, and that. Or, oh, because you're a nice guy, you didn't get that promotion. All kinds of things like that. And this just throws around this false perception that everyone around you is in this competition to get to the exact same place that you want to be, that everyone around you is an asshole, that everyone around you is out to get you. But the world doesn't revolve around you. Not everyone is going after you. Not everyone wants the same thing that you do. Like we were talking about earlier, everyone has different aspects. Everyone has different aspirations, different goals. Not everyone's finish line is the same place. The truth is, in reality, like with relationships, in professional environments, being kind tends to be a positive, tends to help you out. Most people like it when people are kind. People are drawn to kind people because they make them feel better. They don't want mean people. They don't want to be around those kinds of people that all they think about themselves. They don't want to be around manipulative people because most of the time being an asshole will get you in less places in life or the wrong places in life rather than being a kind and genuine person. But remember, this is being a genuinely kind person, not someone who is manipulating other people, not someone who's using kindness as a front to get something from what they want. Many people get the two confused, and sometimes you might not even realize that you have the two confused. And one is something you want to be, the other one is something that people don't like, and it's not a good trait to have. And finally, if someone thinks that nice guys do genuinely finish last and they were a good person, they're more likely to now become someone who isn't a good person. Like I said earlier, they're more likely to now start degrading women, to think less of themselves, treat others terribly. The list goes on and on and on and on. And while, yes, that can be considered an extreme response, if someone hears the same thing over and over and over and over again, they're going to start taking actions against being told that. So if someone keeps being told that they didn't get whatever they wanted to because they were too nice, well, yeah, obviously they're going to start being less nice. And why would we want more of that in the world? Why should we try to change people, especially to be more negative? Why not try to encourage more positivity around us? Why not try to encourage people that, no, I'm sorry, yes, you didn't get what you wanted, but it's not because you were being kind. It's because of X and Y. Because we don't always get what we want. That's impossible. But the reason why something didn't happen wasn't because nice guys finished last. It was because of a plethora of other reasons. And just keep perpetuating the stereotype that nice guys do finish last just causes more and more problems and causes there to be less and less people that strive to be themselves and then will try to be other forms of themselves and will continue to be rude and mean and so on and so forth. Because let's be honest, do we really want more people in this world who think the only way of getting what they want is to be an asshole? I surely don't. I'd rather we collectively realize that being nice is a way to get far in wherever you want to be, to get wherever you want to get to your personal finish line. You just have to be yourself and be kind to others. And that's all I really have to say about this in this short span of time. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. So that's all I'll say for now about nice guys finish last. As always, if you ever need someone to talk to or you want to discuss further about this topic, just DM me on Twitter or Instagram at fortheboys_pod. I'm always there if you're going through anything. And hopefully, if you are going through something, I can talk to you through a Zoom call and we can really discuss what it is and come to a solution together, which will hopefully not help only you, but help everyone around us too. So we realize we all go through such similar problems. We're not alone. We are together. If you enjoyed today's episode, sharing this episode would mean a lot to me. And also leaving a review would also mean a ton. It really does help me out. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter for updates about the show as well. This is Aiden, and I hope you have a great day.